That is big news for this region.
Tonight, coming to Duluth, after getting cold feet, plans for a Costco could be back on. The financial incentives elected officials need to sign off on first. And lawsuit filed. Michigan's governor is joining a coalition of states suing the Education Department over CARES Act funding. Plus, teaming up, how a local business is working with a national organization to help those in need.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anthony Mack. Kristen is off tonight. Thanks for joining us. Plans to build a 160,000 square foot Costco are back on the table for the city of Duluth. The city and St. Louis County are considering tax breaks to help jumpstart the project. Plans call for it to be built at the intersection of West Arrowhead and Haynes Roads. It would include the Costco, a liquor store, and a gas station, with construction slated to start this fall. CBS 3's John Cardinelli explains how the project got back on track after appearing dead in the water this spring.
This land is where a new Costco may soon stand in Duluth.
The site that we have worked with them on for quite a while is a perfect location.
After Costco backed out of a plan to develop in March, the city continued conversation with the company.
I knew that they needed and wanted to be here. I knew that we needed and wanted them here, and that we just needed a little more time to put together the details.
On Tuesday, documents were submitted by the St. Louis County Board stating the city of Duluth will consider providing $1.35 million in tax abatement financing towards a new Costco project. St. Louis County is also expected to chip in $650,000 in tax abatement as well.
That's the sign and the indicator to them that we are, co-investing in the best infrastructure strategies to make that retail site work.
Tax abatement dollars would cover infrastructure improvements, not the actual building. Mayor Larson says at this point the project seems to be progressing and is a positive sign for the city of Duluth.
Duluth is a community that is on the rise, that is moving forward, that is worth that level of investment. When so many things are uncertain, we still have this kind of economic activity and investment happening. That is big news for this region.
A public hearing on the county portion of the funding will be held on July 28th in Virginia. And we are also learning tonight more about the land where the Costco would go. Dave Jalapa, president of Jalapa Commercial Real Estate, said in a statement today that the company has, quote, successfully reinstated a purchase development with the developer, but he could not elaborate on the terms of the deal. And Dave joins us for a quick look at the weather. Dave, cooled down. Turned out to be a pretty mild evening out there tonight.
Yeah, not bad tonight, but today it was warm.
It was.
It wasn't as bad as yesterday because the humidity was down just a little bit. But as we take a look at today's top temperatures, we ran a range of 81 to 88 degrees. Tomorrow, thanks to a warm front coming our way, I think we're going to go about 87 to 92, and dew points will go up, increasing the relative humidities. And that will be the fuel and energy that low pressure system from the west feeds on here. So today's drier and high pressured weather, it goes away. Low pressure weather comes around, meaning it'll probably be pretty stormy, perhaps for the Iron Ranges tomorrow morning, and then for the rest of us in the afternoon and evening. And again, there is a chance for some severe weather embedded in this round, which could last through about Thursday morning. 11 to about noon is when things will end. And if rain-starved towns are lucky, we could get some fair amounts of rain here. Could be more than an inch for places like Hibbing and Ely and Moose Lake as well. Lesser totals towards Wisconsin and Michigan. We'll talk more about this rain chance and any to follow coming up in just a couple more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. New at 10, the state of Michigan is leading a coalition of states in a lawsuit against the Department of Education and Education Secretary Betsy DeVos. Governor Gretchen Whitmer and State Attorney General Dana Nessel said Tuesday that DeVos is intentionally misreading the CARES Act and falsely directing relief money to rich private schools. The CARES Act says how the money should be allocated between public and private schools. The Department of Education says differently, and the difference in Michigan is $16.5 million.
The U.S. Secretary of Education manufactured guidance and then a rule that favored non-public schools at the expense of public schools in a way neither intended nor enacted by Congress. Any siphoning off of public school funds to non-public schools is unacceptable, and it's particularly unacceptable in the midst of a pandemic.
Nessel and Whitmer say the CARES Act clearly says funding is meant for the disadvantaged. The Department of Education says it should be spread out evenly amongst everyone. Minnesota lawmakers could be headed back into a special session. Governor Tim Walz indicated he's prepared to call lawmakers back to work starting Monday. The last special session ended without much getting done. Legislators still need to make a deal on a bonding bill and police reform. Walz has not yet officially called another special session. The Minnesota National Guard released a report on their sexual assault prevention programs. Their goal, decrease the number of sexual assault cases and improve response. A recent review of the Guard's sexual assault and sexual harassment response and prevention programs found several policies needed updating. Among those include standardizing information across the Guard, more training, better communication with victims and survivors, and improved timeliness of the investigation process. The Guard released the review in an effort to improve their response to sexual assault cases. An Iron Range man has been sentenced to prison after crashing into a mail truck last year. On Monday, 57-year-old Alan Burt of Beauvais was sentenced to 18 months in prison. He pleaded guilty to a felony count of criminal vehicular operation. Authorities said Burt smashed his pickup into a postal vehicle last May in Hoyt Lakes. He was accused of intentionally hitting the vehicle with the intent to kill the mail carrier. The mail carrier suffered life-threatening injuries. Burt's sentence will be stayed if he successfully completes 3 years of probation. Meanwhile, Duluth police arrested a person in connection to a hit and run. Police say it happened on the 200 block of West 4th Street just after 11 o'clock this morning. While traveling to the scene, police got a call saying one of the people had gotten into a vehicle and ran over the other before fleeing. The victim was conscious and taken to the hospital with injuries. Officers were able to locate the suspect, who admitted their involvement in the incident. The suspect was taken to the county jail for second-degree assault. Funds to help Wisconsin's economy recover from the pandemic and improve infrastructure are on their way. We learned today more than $160 million in transportation aid for local governments is being awarded across the state as part of the governor's 2-year budget. The funds will be used to improve roadways statewide. Several areas in northwestern Wisconsin will benefit from the aid. The city of Ashland will be awarded more than $168,000. The town of Bayfield will be awarded nearly $48,000. For the full list of where the funds will be allocated, you can visit our website, CBS3Duluth.com. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Leech Lake Tribal College plans to offer some hybrid classes this fall. Most classes will be held online for the fall semester. Some will be a mix of online and in-person. A limited number of classes and labs will meet on campus during the semester. Students are allowed on campus only for class or if they have an appointment. All students must wear masks and socially distance. United Way of Northeastern Minnesota is partnering with Farmers to Families, handing out free boxes of food on the Iron Range. The program partners with farmers with local nonprofits to distribute unsold food into communities. The distribution will happen July 22nd in Chisholm. People can choose from one of 2 boxed food options. There are no income requirements. Organizers expect to have more than 1,000 boxes. Leftovers will be shared with local food shelves. A Superior business teamed up with the YMCA to collect donations for those in need. Numi Jewelers and the Superior Douglas County YMCA partnered for their Neighbors Helping Neighbors event. They collected donations for the Twin Cities after the protests following George Floyd's death left people there in need. Organizers say the community response has been amazing.
We already know we have an amazing community here in Superior and Duluth, and everyone really stepped up, and they brought us just an amazing array of items that we get to donate.
Jess Melander of the YMCA said people donated at least $1,000 in items. She says it feels good to help people in need.
A lot of us felt really frustrated and angry and sad and don't really know what we can do. And so small actions like this help us be able to make that move, that first step.
All of the donations will be brought to the YMCA in the Twin Cities later this week. Meanwhile, Chum and Duluth Public Schools are launching their annual backpack drive for children in Duluth. This year, Chum has set a goal of 1,400 backpacks full of supplies. Chum officials say donations are needed by August 9th. The cost of a backpack and supplies will cost $12 per child. Backpacks will be given out August 25th and 27th from 10 a.m. to 12 at the Chum Food Shelf. For more information on how to order backpacks or donate, head on over to our website, CBS3Duluth.com. And Monday, Chum will be reopening its West Food Shelf in Duluth. Food Shelf, located at Our Savior's Lutheran Church on Grand Avenue, will begin distributing food to people in need. The location has been shut down since late March due to COVID-19. To maintain social distancing, Chum has modified how food is distributed through its program. All clients will now receive a box of prepackaged food, and the on-site pantry is now a drive-through model. This model will be in place for the month of July and will be re-evaluated monthly. The Chum West Food Shelf will operate on Mondays from 10 to noon or until all prepackaged food boxes have been picked up. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, an increase in need and a decrease in help. Food banks across the Northland are feeling the impacts of COVID-19. Details coming up.
Normal high temp is 76. Today we made 86. Tomorrow could crack 90 for a lot of towns, and there's a chance for storms, even some strong ones. We'll talk about how long they will last coming up right after this break.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3.
Reclaim your life today in the face of anxiety, depression, or thoughts of suicide at Ketamine North Infusion. In our safe spaces, we want to ensure you a better quality of life with our low-dose IV ketamine infusions. Ketamine North Infusion. Be well with us.
At UCare, we've been decomplicating Medicare plans in Minnesota for a long time. In fact, we've been offering Medicare Advantage plans longer than anyone else. Our Medicare Advantage plans are affordable, and 96% of Minnesota providers accept UCare. So if your provider practices at any of these clinics or hospitals, you can likely keep them. To learn the basics and see how UCare Medicare Advantage plans compare to others, visit ucare.org/TV.
Here at Angie's Closet, we are a boutique that carries a variety of women's clothing in all shapes, sizes, and styles that are friendly on your wallet. Come let Angie and her team help you get your wardrobe ready for any occasion this summer. We feature name brands like Calvin Klein, Kate Spade, J. Crew, and more. Come see why women from all over the country say this is the best consignment boutique they have ever shopped. Stop in today at Angie's Closet, located on Tower Avenue in Superior, Wisconsin.
New Duluth Auto is the Duluth used car dealer. We have plenty of makes and models to choose from. Nissan, Honda, Toyota, and we even carry multiple options for our most popular vehicle, the Subaru Forester. Large cargo space, all-wheel drive, what's not to love? All of our vehicles are priced under $20,000. To make these deals even sweeter, there is a 1 to 5 year warranty included on all vehicles. Give us a call, stop by, or view our inventory online at newduluthauto.net. Because here at New Duluth Auto, we are your Duluth used car dealer.
We know it can be scary when you're injured in an accident.
We know the insurance company can be unfair.
We know that bills need to be paid.
But we also know what it takes to win.
We know what it takes to get our clients compensated.
And most importantly, we always fight to do the right thing for our community.
Nicolay knows.
Nicolay knows.
Nicolay knows. Nicolay knows injury law.
Nicolay Law, Duluth and Superior's award-winning injury, disability, and bankruptcy law firm.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Jenna Wells.
And we'll take a look at your weatherman's forecast to see how long those summer-like temperatures are going to last.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Start your day at 5 a.m. with Austin and Jenna on CBS 3. Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weathermax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
All right, let's take a look at this beautiful scene seen in Gein earlier here tonight. Gein, of course, just north of Orrin off of Highway 53. Beautiful stretch of country. We Ely boys used to get there once in a while, too. And boy, if you were there tonight, this is such a beautiful picture of the sunset. Nice calm weather today. It won't be so calm tomorrow. Folks up north, like in Gein, and over towards Crane Lake and up towards International Falls may start to get thunderstorms as early as 11 o'clock in the morning. The rest of us start to catch up in the afternoon, and embedded in our storm chance again is the threat of some severe weather that may pack a tornado. We're going to have to play it by ear and keep the eyes open on all of those cliches. And of course, we here at CBS 3 will do that for you, so stay with us. Right now at the airport, current condition-wise, we have 73 degrees, 66% for the relative humidity with an easterly southeasterly wind at 3 miles per hour. So fairly gentle as far as the winds go here tonight. Air pressure's been holding steady at about 1,013 millibars all day long, which is neither too high nor too low. According to the textbooks, that's, standard sea level pressure. But things will change up tomorrow as the low pressure drops barometer readings and increases storm chances towards 60, even 70%. Right now, temperatures in the Upper Peninsula go from 66 in Ironwood to 71 in Watersmeet, and in northern Wisconsin they go from 66 in Ashland to 73 towards Solon Springs Airport. Ashland tomorrow is one of the towns that could crack 90 degrees. 90 is more likely in Wisconsin than it is for Minnesota or the UP, but a couple of towns in those two states could get there as well. Getting towards the Twin Ports, still 73 in Hermantown, 70 Moose Lake, 61 Hibbing, also 61 International Falls. And then warmer tomorrow. I'm thinking the range of high temps goes about 87 to 92. And as I've been saying, that'll be perfect fuel and lift and moisture for those storms to feed on. Doppler map right now shows higher pressure still in control, so it's a calm night here. Calm before the storm, literally, because off to the west comes the low pressure system that, again, I think around International Falls towards the Iron Ranges may strike by late morning tomorrow, then towards the Twin Ports noonish and into the rest of the region. Wisconsin, Michigan, as the rest of the day goes on. Should end by, I'm thinking, fairly early on Thursday morning to be replaced by another cell of high pressure. That'll keep things dry for the weekend. Dry means also relative humidity levels will go down just a bit. Tomorrow they're going to spike, so it'll be hot, humid, and stormy. Very summery. Tonight, partly cloudy in Minnesota with low temps in the 60s in general. And for Wisconsin, Michigan, low temps in the 60s there as well with the partly cloudy sky and light and variable winds. Tomorrow, though, in Wisconsin, Michigan, 70% chance for afternoon showers and storms. And again, some could be severe with highs from 87 to 92. Minnesota will be slightly cooler by the lake, upper 80s to 90 or so inland, 60% storm chance there. And that devolves into a 30% chance for morning rain, Tony. Then higher pressure should take over for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and likely even Monday as well. Temperatures will come down a little bit, but still stay summery. Dew points will come down a little bit. Conditions will become a little less muggy, and it should be all right.
Less muggy sounds good. Thanks, Dave. An increase in need and a decrease in help. Food banks across the Northland are feeling the impacts of COVID-19. CBS3's Emma Quinn visited one of those food banks today and brings us the story.
There's a growing concern among staff and those who rely on Second Harvest Food Bank in Grand Rapids.
At the start of the pandemic, there was an increase in need. What we're seeing right now is things are kind of stabilized, but we're really concerned about what's going to happen as benefits start to decrease for individuals going forward.
With students distance learning and parents working from home, staff at Second Harvest have had to take multiple trips to the food shelves they serve in 7 counties.
It was kind of funny to watch how we adjusted. Like, we first started out with a couple huge bins of food pre-packed, and now we're up to 4, so you can definitely just see the increase.
To keep up with the demand during the pandemic, the food bank has implemented numerous changes.
We need them to wash their hands, go through a check-in process where we ask about 6 to 7 questions. We also take temperatures.
Those changes included not allowing volunteers over the age of 60 to help, as the age group is at a higher risk for the virus.
Now that it's kind of winding down, people are getting busier, we kind of need more volunteers. So I'd say the 60 to 65, it definitely has affected us now.
Although there have been challenges, including having to limit volunteers, hope is on the horizon for those who want to help.
Our hope is that if things continue to improve, we're crossing our fingers, that we will be able to bring volunteers over the age of 65, maybe 65 to 67, something like that, back starting in August.
And while there's still work to do and families to help, Second Harvest officials say none of it could be done without their army of volunteers.
Second Harvest says if the pandemic keeps kids home from school in the fall, the need and demand for food will be even greater. Still to come, could the return of professional sports be in peril as teams get ready to resume competitions? Cases among athletes are rising. What it means, coming up.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Healthy Systems USA Black Friday in July sale. 2-month program, 1-month price. It's like getting 1 month for free. Buy it for yourself or split it with a friend. Lose up to 1 pound of fat a day.
If you've got that, don't worry about that. Healthy Systems USA.
Northwest Outlet Store is open. Yes, Northwest Outlet is open for business. Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now, get up to 40% off of the North Face and Columbia's entire line of summer clothing. New colors, styles on capris, tees, shorts, rain, wind, and fleece jackets. And UPF sun-rated clothing. Big bargains on sandals, rubber boots, and trail shoes from Keen, Teva, Merrill, Chaco, Columbia, and the North Face. Northwest Outlet is open Tuesdays through Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and online 24/7 with curbside pickups during store hours.
Dear Penny, heads we stay local, tails we hit the road. With a new Toyota, you'll always land a winner. Your friends, Toyota. Toyota.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites and always a smile.
Hi, I'm Stephen Ray. At Miners National Bank, we offer local originating, local processing, local closing, and local servicing. For your next mortgage, apply now. minersmortgage.com.
Miners National Bank of Evelyn, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Classic Rock KQ is once again the Northland's #1 radio station. The KQ Morning Show, the most listened to radio program in the Northland. The KQ Train Wreck, the Northland's #1 afternoon show. Thank you for making us the Northland's #1 radio station, 95 KQDS.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charity Reynolds. I would like to remind you that COVID-19 is still around. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay home as much as possible. Thank you.
Healthy Systems USA Black Friday in July sale. 2-month program, 1-month price. It's like getting 1 month for free. Buy it for yourself or split it with a friend. Lose up to 1 pound of fat a day.
If you've got that, don't worry about that. Healthy Systems USA.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charity Reynolds. I would like to remind you that COVID-19 is still around. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay home as much as possible. Thank you.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
For up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Stay away from here.
Live local weather coverage on CBS3 Duluth.
On the eve of Major League Soccer's season opener, the first match was postponed today after 5 players from the Nashville Soccer Club tested positive for COVID-19. And as CBS's Dana Jacobson reports, other professional leagues are also ramping up and watching nervously.
The NBA season is one step closer to resuming, with teams like the Orlando Magic arriving at Walt Disney World today, where practices and games will be held.
Last night,
25 players have reportedly tested positive for coronavirus and were held back. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
We're going to be doing daily testing. And incidentally, when our players are not playing, which is the vast majority of the time they're there, they will be observing physical distancing and wearing masks.
As for Major League Baseball, teams are proceeding cautiously.
Here's number 35.
Cleveland Indians outfielder Franmil Reyes was taken out of training camp after attending a 4th of July party while not wearing a mask.
We called him and told him that he needs to test again before we can let him back to practice.
Last year's World Series teams, the Houston Astros and Washington Nationals, both resumed their practices today after canceling them due to delays in COVID testing.
I'm the caretaker for these guys. These are my guys. I couldn't live with myself if we went on haphazardly.
Nationals pitcher Sean Doolittle said if fans want to see baseball return, they need to do their part, like wearing masks.
We've waited long enough. Like, shouldn't sports come back now? No, there's things we have to do in order to bring the stuff back.
To bring the NFL back, the league and its players are at odds. The NFL cut its preseason games from 4 to 2 last week, but the Players Association has unanimously voted that it wants to cancel all preseason games in 2020.
Coming up in sports, some big changes to UMD athletics schedules. Kelly explains next.
Eye on Mining is brought to you by Iron Mining Association and Range Regional Airport.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining. We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
You are not alone. Our whole community is pulling together, from your healthcare team
to your first responders,
to your police force. to keep our community healthy and safe. If you can, please stay home during this time. This will slow the spread of the virus and can help save lives. By staying apart, we keep our community together. For the latest on COVID-19, please visit the CDC and Minnesota Department of Health websites. We're ready.
We're united.
We're here.
When news happens, CBS3 is there. We're cutting in with a follow-up to some breaking news.
Anytime, day or night, more cases of the coronavirus are popping up across the Northland.
The only confirmed cases in northeastern Minnesota.
Do not go shopping today unless you absolutely must. Do not collect any supplies or equipment unless you absolutely need it today.
The Northland has seen its first coronavirus-related death.
For breaking stories that impact the Northland most, tune to CBS 3.
Things are slowly starting to get back to normal. But our fight against COVID-19 isn't over yet. St. Luke's and Essentia Health are asking for your help. Whenever you will be around others who do not live with you, please wear a mask. This will help to protect everyone in our community. Masking continues to be one of the best defenses against the virus. Masks make a difference. On behalf of Essentia Health and St. Luke's, thank you.
When news breaks, be the first to know with CBS 3. Alerting you with our mobile app, taking you live to the scene.
A lot of protesters walking.
Bringing you complete coverage on air. Showing you what's happening now, what's next, how it affects you.
There's a massive fire. We have a crew there live
Focused
now.
on urgency. Focused on accuracy. When news breaks in your neighborhood, be the first to know. With live, local CBS 3.
Our Northland may not have the longest severe weather season, but it does come around every now and then. I'm hoping folks will keep an eye to the sky and on Channel 3 here this summer. If severe weather threatens, Austin Haskins, Caitlin Moffett, and I will keep our eyes glued to the radar. We'll break in if you need to hear about the latest storm developments. We'll work together to keep our region safe.
Watch Dave, Caitlin, and Austin for local weather you can trust on CBS 3.
Imagine building your Range Regional Airport without the mining industry. Now, imagine air travel without mining. We couldn't imagine that either. Welcome to Range Regional Airport, serving and supporting the Iron Range.
It was very much expected that college fall sports seasons wouldn't be without some schedule adjustments. Earlier today, the UMD Athletic Department announced those changes to 3 fall sports. Football, volleyball, and soccer will all have shortened seasons due to the COVID-19 pandemic. For football, the season is limited to conference opponents only. Their November 14th game against Northern State has been canceled. Schedule changes are due to an NCAA Division II announcement from May that reduces the maximum number of contests and dates of competition for the upcoming academic year as a result of COVID-19. The updated NSIC schedules will feature conference opponents only, with football games shortened to 10 games, the soccer schedule to 14 games, and the volleyball schedule to 20 matches. And the UMD hockey schedule is still being finalized. Hopefully we'll have an answer on that schedule later this week. Yesterday, UMD Athletics began the process of starting to allow student athletes back on campus. Approximately 100 student athletes are moving in this week with a whole lot of restrictions and safety protocols in place. Of course, the UMD men's hockey team was out in limited voluntary workouts earlier today. In order to be cleared, athletes must complete a daily symptom questionnaire via an online app. Individuals will be required to wear face coverings and masks when not working out, practice physical distancing, sanitize their hands regularly, and only be on campus during their designated workout time. Athletes are also screened for their temperature before any scheduled workouts begin. There's also no access to locker rooms, showers, or player lounges. And with 100 students moving in, that leaves a lot of people still quarantined. That includes Nick Swaney and Noah Cates, who are in their respective hometowns still.
Not much different. You kind of do have to do some more individual things, which I kind of like to do in the summer anyways, but if you were to do like a 2-on-1 or some drill, like you're pretty gassed if you're going like every time. So it's been different that way, but I've had good groups that I'm skating with, and feel like it's been getting better and better every time. So optimistic for kind of July and hopefully coming into August with the season.
In the summers, I kind of like to focus on doing a lot more skill stuff and individual work, which So it's kind of not too much different in that sense, but obviously just having to go to the rink and, I mean, sometimes getting ready at home. I think a lot of guys getting ready at home, not in the locker rooms and stuff. I think it for sure makes a difference and kind of brings you back to when you were younger, when you would get dressed at home and drive to practice. So I think it's kind of funny in that sense. But yeah, nothing's been too much different, I guess, with skating, and just the whole aspect of it, I guess, is a little different.
And those that are looking for a race this summer, Grandma's Marathon has created a plan for the Park Point 5-miler and 2-mile walk with guidance from the city of Duluth. There will be a chip-timed in-person race on Thursday, July 16th with 3 3-hour time blocks, sunrise, midday, and twilight. Each block will include 10 waves of 25 runners socially distanced. There's also a virtual option to complete the race if selected. The option allows participants to complete their race at any time during the July 13th, July 17th time frame. Major League Soccer has postponed the game between Nashville FC and the Chicago Fire FC after 5 Nashville players tested positive for coronavirus. Nashville arrived in Orlando on Friday. The league says 5 players have tested positive for COVID-19. In addition, 4 other players have received inconclusive results and must be retested. That's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Incredible deals, huge markdowns, plus free doorstep shipping on everything. What a sale. The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
We have a structure fire with injuries on Highway 13.
Did you know your friends and neighbors volunteer to provide emergency services? They are serving many communities and need your help. Challenge yourself. Be part of the team. Be somebody.
Thank you for virtual family dinners and long-distance birthday wishes. Thank you for sweet streaming melodies and spontaneous dance parties. Thank you for keeping classrooms together and learning alive. Thank you to our incredible network of employees who make all these beautiful connections possible.
Hello, I'm Steve Little, owner of Bath Planet. We are excited about the reopening of our economy, so in celebration, I'm extending our special financing offer until the end of July. Right now, we are offering 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 2 years, so you can get the work done now and not have to pay for it until 2022. This offer ends July 31st, so call us today or go online to take advantage of this amazing offer. Bath Planet, out of this world service and down to earth price.
At Super One Foods, you'll find more than just low prices and better choices. You'll find friendly faces like ours, working hard to save you money.
Super One has a tireless commitment to quality and freshness and a goal of delivering 5-star service to every customer to bring the absolute best value to your shopping experience. Check out these specials available at all Super One locations going on now.
So stop into the Super One Foods right in your neighborhood. Super One Foods, serving you low prices and better choices.
Right now at Slumberland, get a Sealy mattress, any size for one low price, starting at just $99 each piece when purchased in sets. Want it extra plush? Just $199. The 4th of July mattress sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charity Reynolds. I would like to remind you that COVID-19 is still around. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay home as much as possible. Thank you.
Well, before we go tonight, we have a happy birthday to wish to a very famous rock and roll legend. Ringo Starr, the iconic Beatles drummer, is turning 80 today. Starr was born Richard Starkey Jr. on July 7th of 1940 in Liverpool, England. The nickname Ringo came from his habit of wearing numerous rings. He became the drummer for the Beatles in August of 1962, just months before Beatlemania hit the UK and eventually the United States. The highly decorated Starr has won multiple musical awards, including a Lifetime Achievement Grammy, and he was even granted knighthood by Queen Elizabeth in 2018. Dave, you're a pretty big Beatles fan, aren't you?
Yeah, I watched his birthday show at 7 o'clock here this evening with a star-studded cast of friends wishing well. And we all wish him well.
Yeah.
80 years old. I remember it was a big deal when he turned 40. Ringo was 40. The world is ending. Youth is over. Now time marches on.
It sure
and
does.
that time is going to lead us towards some storms tomorrow afternoon. We've got a good 60 to 70% chance for potentially strong storms late morning into at least the evening, wrapping up come Thursday. High temperatures will spike tomorrow near 90 and then fade away at least a little bit as we go towards the weekend, Tony.
All right. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.